For spiritual living. No matter how you show up in the world, no matter who you are honored, welcome, and celebrated here with us. Hello to all of the online watchers this morning. Please feel free to share our live stream to your own Facebook page. Also, please check in with us if you are watching live right now. We would love to know who you are and where you're watching from. If you are watching at a later time, we are glad that you are watching later. We know there are lots of people that do watch later. I think we checked this week and there's over 100 people that do watch later on. When we post, Debbie is shaking her head.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah, over 100 people. We do upload our services. We do that later on Sundays to our YouTube channel, Columbus CSM. Please read our mission statement along with me.
We serve the transformation of individual lives through education, spiritual practice, and deep community, using spirit and science-aligned principles as our compass.
So I'd like to introduce our practitioner this morning, Sarah Awad, who is going to lead us in a 10-minute meditation, and she'll be bringing us out.
My name is Sarah Awad, and I'm a licensed religious science practitioner, and it's my joy to lead you in meditation this morning. And so I just invite you to close your eyes if it's comfortable, and just begin breathing deeply into your belly. Letting the belly expand and become soft on the in-breath. Letting it gently fall back toward the spine on the out-breath. Just continuing this for a couple of moments until you bring your presence fully into your body. we inhale now, we're going to just draw the earth's energy up into the body, bringing with it any light, any intelligence that the body requires for harmony and balance. And on the out breath, move back out and into the earth. Just continue this until you feel a balance between what is coming in and what is going out. And so, as we settle into this place, just imagine that you're lying comfortably on a blanket in a field on a warm summer night. The sky is beautiful and clear. As you gaze toward the stars, it is lit up by a million soft twinkling lights. As you gaze up at the stars, you are reminded that in order for you to witness their brilliance, they were awakened millions of years ago. And yet they shine tonight and share this moment with you. And so as we breathe in light, breathe in darkness, you see a brilliant flash of light that fills your entire being. It is powerful, yet gentle, immense, yet unfamiliar. And you understand that this is the spark of creation that you are witnessing. The very birth of all things in the universe. Just continue to breathe in this beautiful light as it connects you to the very nature of your being. See a world of magnetizing forces as it brings form out of the formless. Witnessing a beautiful array of colors as it draws together everything that is needed for life in this universe. Calling forth the color, the energy, and the frequencies required for the magic of creation. And so, holding that spark of creation in your heart with a deep knowing that everything that birthed those stars are the very things that birthed you. Let's just take a moment to bask in that magic, to let go of the boundaries of identity, boundaries of the body, the limitations of your mind. As we go into the silence, just allow yourself to expand and reach out into the wonder of this moment. And so, taking a very deep breath into your heart center, knowing that this is the place of love, of light, of wisdom always. Feel that love that you are begin to multiply, begin to radiate within the light, connecting to each and every person you are with this morning. And feel that love radiating out into our community, into the planet, knowing that love is all there is. Love is the reason we're here together. And love is the thing that ignites the light within us all. And so I know that the service right here, right now, has already been blessed by the love of pure spirit. And I know that love informs us as we listen to the words of Reverend Amy this morning. The music, the spoken word. I know that love unites with all of it, that light and love is what we are. Knowing that this is already done in the mind of God, I say thank you. Thank you, Spirit. And I simply release this word into the loving activity of divine law, knowing it is done, it is already so. And together we say,
And so
and
it is.
so it is.
So it is.
She always brings her dog in.
So our monthly theme is light within the shadows. And our weekly topic is Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. And I love that we have a little person with us. We have a little star with us today. Thanks, Dad. I have a tendency I'm a school teacher, my day job, and I am not used to using a microphone. And because we have a new format, which is sitting down here on the chair, usually when we stand up there at the podium, I don't have to hold the microphone, so thank you. Okay. So, the light within the shadow. We talked about this last week a little bit. The monthly theme, that the light and the dark coexist and cradle each other in support. That there cannot be light without dark, and they each have their own traits and characteristics. And that they might seem opposite, but they're actually a pair that work together, and that light and dark are both necessary. And like we talked about last time, when we change the way we see things, what we see changes. And I'll say that again. When we change what we see, change the way we see things, what we see changes. And so Yaya pointed out the flowers. If you take a minute and look at the flowers, I think these purple ones, right? These yellow ones. As I drove up this morning, I noticed Debbie and Yaya. We call her, and our family, we call her Yaya, so we call her Pun. Scurrying around in the back of the temple, they were gathering what some people call weeds. But they're beautiful, right? So when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Dark and light can exist at the same time. These are weeds and they're beautiful. It's not these are weeds, but they're weeds. It's this and that, not this or that. And I think that that's one of the beautiful things about our philosophy, religious science or science of mind, is that it is this and that. And it is this and that in religious science because there's only one power, only one mind, only one spirit. So if there is only one, it is this and that. It is not this or that. So it is not, and this is where it gets a little tricky, it is not me or you, it is me and you. We are all one expression of the one, unique individualizations of the one. We're all unique individualizations, and yet it's all one. It's an and, not an or. So, the light and the dark, the shadow. And I'll get to Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star in a minute, or in a few minutes. Because I have a whole different take on that. So, thinking about the light, this whole month's theme is about light. And I was doing a little bit of reading over in this week, thinking about, okay, how am I going to talk about the light again this week? And when we think about the moon, I think many of us were taught that we see the moon because the light reflects from the moon, right? That's what we were taught. have discovered that the moon has light within it. So not only do we see the moon because it reflects light, but there's also light within it. Quantum physics is also talking about how we have light within us. So we have light within us just like the moon. So think about stars, like Sarah talked about in her meditation. If you think about like at night, the stars shine on a blanket of a night sky. We can't see their twinkle without the darkness of night. So we need that backdrop of the night to see their light twinkle. Just like the water in the ocean is always glistening and always sparkling, but when you're in the water, you can't see it. There's a complementary partnership that happens with light and shadow that illuminates the richness of each. And it's the same thing for us. We can appreciate both the light that's within ourselves and the shadow that we have within ourselves that helps us sparkle, or our light shine. So I want to do something a little different as we're kind of experimenting since we've moved from that room into this room. We're experimenting a little here. You have beside you on one of those trays a Science of Mind magazine. If you will pick up one of those magazines, and if you are next to a magazine, maybe you might need to hand someone a magazine. There are enough to go around. Kristen, would you mind handing that to Robin so she can hand one to Jill as well? Everybody. Chris, there's one up here for you. You're welcome to take these home with you. These are mine, old ones. I think it's on page 10. Have a look. Sarah, I believe it's on page 10. There should be in the very beginning, yes, it says what we believe. Awesome. Now, like I said, I'm a school teacher, so we're gonna do this as school teacher way. It's called popcorn. I would like to, kind of going back to basics, we're gonna read what we believe. This is what Ernest Holmes, our founder, put together. These are the tenets. This is exactly what we believe. This is the basic principles of what we believe. And we're gonna do a popcorn style, which means this. Anyone can read. If you want to read, you're welcome to. You don't have to read. Anyone can start. Please read one at a time. When you're done, stop. Anyone else can start. If two people start at the same time, one will stop, and one will go. Got it?
Got it.
Good. Jill, would you start us off, please?
You bet. We believe in God, the living Spirit Almighty, one, indestructible, absolute, and self-existent. This one manifests itself in and through all creation, but it is not absorbed by its creation. The manifest universe is the body of God. It is the logical and necessary outcome of the infinite self-knowingness of God.
We believe in the individualization of the Spirit in us, and that all people are individualizations of the one Spirit.
We believe in the eternality, the immortality, and the continuity of the individual soul forever and ever expanding.
We believe that heaven, pardon me,
is within us and that we experience it to the degree that we become conscious of it.
We believe that heaven is within us and that we experience it to the degree that we become conscious of it.
We believe the ultimate goal of life to be a complete freedom from all discord of every nature, and that this goal is sure to be attained by all.
We believe in the unity of all life and that the highest God and the innermost God is one God. We believe that God is personal to all who feel this indwelling presence.
We believe in the direct revelation of truth through our intuitive and spiritual nature, and that anyone may become a revealer of truth who lives in close contact and with the indwelling God.
We believe that the universal spirit, which is God, operates through a universal mind, which is the law of God, and that we are surrounded by this creative mind which receives the direct impress of our thought and acts upon it.
We believe in the healing of the sick and control of conditions through the power of the mind.
We believe in the eternal goodness, the eternal loving kindness, and the eternal givingness of life to all.
We believe in our own soul, excuse me, our own spirit, and our own destiny, for we understand that the life of all is God.
Thank you. And for those of you who are watching online, if you couldn't hear that, simple Google search of what we believe, Science and Mind will pull it up. So I'd like for you right now to take a moment and to look at those what we believe statements and find one that resonates with you. There are note cards on your table. If you would like to write it down, you are welcome to. You're also welcome to take these magazines home with you. So just take a minute and find one that resonates with you. You're also welcome to write in these books. It's Anybody like to share something that occurred to you?
I really love so I'm looking at we believe in the unity of all life, and that the highest God and the innermost God is one God. I think of that as the body motion. That's what came to me in my meditation this morning, was this like super open, the highest God and the innermost God. opening and closing, and realizing that it's so easy to become super focused on a thing. And sometimes we forget to open. And that's what spirit is too, is the open. And that's one of the reasons to come, like to celebrate here at the center, is because that celebration is an opening for the higher, or whatever, the expansive, to open up the contracted that is also part of the God. So,
So it's that idea of open to the bigger, to the allness, and also contracting. Yes, because I think in our culture too, we have a tendency to like get to where we're working or going or striving. And like breathing, pause, open. Great, thank you. Anybody else want to share?
Mine is that heaven is within us, and it happened here at this center. I was never really aware of that. I never really thought about it. So the aha came to me through the being of service and time and study and workshops here, through this philosophy. It reminds me that if we all knew that and became aware of it, we would be more peaceful.
That heaven is within. Time and service, and it allows us to be more peaceful, because it's not something that we're striving for after or out there,
Yeah.
but it's right here, right now. Thank you, Jill.
Also about that, the teacher in me, both and,
Yeah, both and?
both and.
What about it?
Well, heaven is both in me and around me, and in her, and in it, and both and, instead of not either or. There isn't either or, really.
No, there isn't either. It's both and.
It's both and.
Yes. Which is really core to this teaching and this
Yeah.
philosophy.
Yeah.
God is both and. God is within us and beyond us.
Yeah.
And it says that in the very first what we believe statement. That it says this one manifests itself in and through all creation, but is not absorbed by its creation. So if God is not absorbed by its creation, think about what that means. It's not absorbed by all of this. It is this and it's beyond this. It is infinite. Whereas we are finite, at least our human sense is finite. So it's finite and infinite. And sometimes I think I'm trying to get my finite brain around that. Whew. Thank you, Jill.
As a follow-up to what Jill was saying, I
Yeah.
picked that one as well. And I look at it a little bit differently in that when you say the word heaven, when you think of heaven, when you say something is heavenly, it is an all-exclusive, no holds bar feeling of total commitment. Just think of if you didn't have to worry about eating or sleeping or taking care of your body or going to work or doing anything that you don't want to do. Just a total feeling of an expression of contentment, of gratitude. That's what heaven is. That's what we believe is heaven. That there's no pain, that there's no need for anything, and it's always joyous. So to think of heaven in the traditional sense that it's out there or it's up there, people are going up to heaven. But to think of it in this context, that it's right here, right among us, within us, among us, is a pretty satisfying statement.
So the idea of heaven, and I'll say it again so the people online, if you guys didn't catch that. So that traditional idea of heaven is being total commitment, total taken care of, total health, total not having to work, not having to eat, just completely having all of our needs met. And being, what was the last thing you said? Being totally, what's that?
Totally whole. I mean, it's smelling the roses all the time.
You know, I really appreciate you saying that, Tom. I've never thought about it like that. I've never thought about like that traditional idea of heaven, of having all of our needs met in the Judeo-Christian term, as being that kind of, those characteristics of being the heaven right now. And boy, it really gives it a different, it gives that what we believe statement a very different sense in my body. But think about it like that. That is cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I never thought about it like that. And that's what he's saying, really, is that heaven is right here. Tom, you and I talked before service, have you have a celebration.
Yes, I do. When I first started coming here about 4 or 5 years ago, I was raised Roman Catholic, went to Catholic schools all my life, went to Notre Dame, the penultimate Catholic university. I was very much entwined with the Judeo-Christian experience, training, teaching. And it wasn't fulfilling the needs that I had in many, many different ways. And I was recommended to come here, and I've been really coming here ever since. But part of my life was really unfulfilling. The job, money issues, just a whole bunch of stuff. And starting last fall, I really, really worked hard at meditating and at just giving the universe the ability to lead me, to accept what was coming. And in the last month, the universe has responded in ways that even I could not really explain, little ways and big ways. But the big ways is that I sold my house, so now I'm practically debt-free. I have achieved a fair amount of profit. And just a few days ago on Tuesday, I signed a contract to a condo that I really wanted to have in a community that it's called Hidden Lakes. It's here in Columbus. And I was told that I probably would never achieve that because I wanted certain things. I wanted a view, I wanted a garage, I wanted 3 bedrooms. And only three bedrooms were sold in the last couple of years. I mean, people move there and they live there forever. So I just feel very gratified, and I want to thank the whole community, the practitioners that have listened to me whine about, my next steps and uncertainty in the future. So that's what I wanted to share.
Let's give him some love.
Now, if only my voice would be good because of the pollen in it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing that, Tom. This philosophy is an amazing philosophy, isn't it? I mean, I like to say it makes the crooked road straight.
Mhm.
We've seen it. I mean, we see it time and time again, and that is a great specific example. A very tangible, very, very tangible.
Mhm.
Thank you. Okay, so, shining our light. As I close, twinkle, twinkle, little star. It makes me think about that song, This Little Light of Mine, right? We all know that. I'm gonna let it shine, blah, 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 blah. Well, Karen Drucker, who is a New Thought songwriter, wrote a much better version of This Little Light of Mine, because I'm here to tell you, your light is not little. It is big, audacious. It is a big, big light. So maybe someday we'll sing this song. It's called Let It Shine. And I'm not gonna read all the lyrics, they're really cute. She's hilarious. Let's see, so I'm just gonna go to the chorus. Oh. So basically what she says is, I let my big, bright, brilliant beam of radiant light shine. Doesn't roll off the tongue as much as Little Light of Mine. I let my big, bright, brilliant beam of radiant light shine. She says, I won't play it safe, I won't wait for a sign. I'm gonna throw myself out there and let my light shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. So, the call to action this week is, guess what? Let your big, bright, brilliant beam of radiant light shine. Because that is who you are. You are light, just like the moon. It is not reflecting the light. The moon actually has light in it. This was really good. Check this out. Jesus said, you are the light. Jesus did not say, you are a reflection of God's light. He said, you are the light. We don't have light in us. We don't have love in us. We don't have goodness, prosperity, all of those qualities of God in us. We are that. Do you get the distinction? It's a very subtle distinction. It is not, I have light, because that separates me from the light. It is not, I have love. It is, I am light. I am love. Love, light, peace, joy, wisdom, and abundance. Qualities of God. It is not that we have them in us. It is who we are. We were not born of sin. We don't teach that here. We do teach sin. Ernest Holmes said sin is a term that means missing the mark. It's an archery term. We were not born of sin. We were not. We are. I am the light. You are the light. This week, let our light shine. Dust it off. Shine it up. Shine. This and that. So let's take this into prayer. And prayer, as a reminder, does nothing to change God. Prayer changes our consciousness to allow our consciousness to accept and become that which is what the prayer is putting into the law. Prayer changes us, it does not change God. So, right here and right now, I absolutely speak my word on behalf of each and every person hearing my voice, claiming, knowing, and demanding that in every cell of our being, that we absolutely know we are the light, that I am the light, and I let that light shine in all areas of my life, in health and relationships, in career. All areas of my life, I am light, life, wisdom, abundance, joy, and goodness, and godness, and life affirming in every aspect, no matter what, because it's all God. All of it. I call it good. I say thank you with a grateful heart because it is done. I am the light. I let it go, and together we say, and so it is. We know the healing power. We know the healing power. We know the healing power. We know the healing power of love. We know the healing power. We know the healing power. We know the healing power. We know the healing power of love. We know the healing power. We know the healing power. We know the healing power. We know the healing power of love. We know the healing power of love. We know the healing power of love. So now it is the time for the giving of our gifts. Thank you for all of the ways that you continue to consciously contribute to CCSL. Your conscious contributions are important because they help us to fulfill our vision of helping to create a world that works for everyone. We have many convenient ways for you to give to CCSL. They are up on the slides. There is a web giving link. There is text to give. If you want to give electronically today, Robin over here has our Square. There are envelopes you can use right there. They're on your tables. You can also send money in, our address is on our website. And if you have already given in another way, there are cards on our table. If you would like, you can pick one of those up. And if you would like to, take one of those cards, take your giving, put it on your heart, imbue it with some love. Put it in your hand, give it some energy. The reciprocal nature of the universe, give and take. And please say our affirmation with me. My gift goes forth to heal and bless and prosper. It does its good and perfect work and returns to me multiplied abundantly.
So as we witness the law of circulation, let's sing God is my source.
Joy
this most loving and generous of communities, both present here in the sanctuary and online. I know that this is truly a blessed day, for we are all part of that oneness that Dr. Holmes spoke about. We are all connected, and we are all sustaining and sustained by that love, that infinite self-givingness of spirit that shows up in so many ways, some ways expected and some ways unexpected. And I know that those ways are a deep well of consciousness that runs so much deeper than any singular channel, deeper than any job, any investment, anything else in the material world. And I just breathe a deep sigh of relief knowing that I am sourced, you are sourced, we are sourced as a community from this deep well of infinite love. And so I give thanks for all of this, and I invite you to join me in saying, and so it is.
And so it is, and so we let it be. And so it is, and so we let it be.
So, thank you to Sarah Awad for being the practitioner today. A big thanks to Tony Bernardi on piano. Thank you to our song leaders, Mac and Helen Ware. Thank you to Tammy Evans and her assistant on live streaming. Thank you to Helen and Debbie for the flowers, the beautiful weed/flowers today. And thank you for all, everybody who came early to help set up, because it is really helpful when you get here early and help us up. And thank you in advance to all of you who are helping to stay to tear down today. Please tell all of your friends, please tell all of your relatives, please get the word out, because I think we are a really well-kept secret in Columbus. So please tell people, and please bring people that you think might benefit from our message, because we have a really great message here. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome. There is a welcome packet back there on the table for you. If you're interested, let maybe Debbie, could you help someone find a welcome packet if they would like one? Also, if you are watching and you would like an information packet, we can send you one. You can either call the office and leave us a message, or you can send us a private Facebook message and we'll get you an information packet that'll let you know who we are and also what religious science or science and health believes. So I'm going to invite Sarah back up for a few brief announcements.
The announcements, my favorite part. Everyone is invited to attend our community potluck, which takes place after service Sunday, May 28th. Bring a dish to share and spend time with friends. If you would like prayer after service or any time throughout the week, you can find our prayer practitioners on our website at columbuscsl.org. You can submit a prayer request on our Facebook page, and our practitioners are also available today after service. And so now, please say our blessing with me. There is
only one life.
That life is God's life.
That life is perfect.
That life is my life now. And
so it is.
Let's all stand for our closing song.
That was meant to be, with God as creator.
each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my solemn vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I'm so excited. I still can't believe it. I don't have to move. But we're rewatching. Darn it.
Yeah, you know we're good.
Very handy.
He does that to me if I have
In
a
a bathroom right
ponytail.
now.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, honey, you do that, I'll be back. You do that.
I'll go celebrate.
I'll bring you the energy. Just make sure it's done by the time I get home.